Hey everybody, welcome to the first day of Damned 25. This is one of the things I do every single year. I plan a project just for me because that helps me revitalize my love of the hobby, stay interested in what I'm doing, and honestly have something to look forward to. And I was kind of racking my brain all through January. I was still catching up on just everything that needed to be done in the studio. And I had kind of an epiphany in the middle of February that this year, the 2024, is the 25th anniversary of one of my all-time favorite games, Mordheim. And so my plan for this year is Damned 25. This is a project that's going to run all the way until October. And the goal, because this is what I do when I do projects like this, is for me to play 3 games with all 8 original warbands from Mordheim. Not all the extended stuff. We're not going to do Lustria. I'll probably won't do Empire and Flames. But all of the stuff that was in Town Crier or White Dwarf and the core rulebook, so the 8 original warbands, starting with the ones from the box set. Now, because I'm a maniac and because I like to smoke the whole pack whenever I do anything like this, I'm also going to set myself further restrictions. It has to be all period models on period terrain. And to that end, and to get started with the first 3 games, one of which you'll see today, I've zhuzhed up the original Mordheim box. I have had a copy, thanks to my friend Ben, of the terrain, because my original terrain is long since destroyed. And it didn't, like, this wasn't like Necromunda bulkheads where you could just rip the bulkheads off and reuse them. The corner pieces didn't survive so well in Mordheim. So I've built a set so I have enough to fill basically a kill team mat of terrain. And then we'll play some warbands. And I have all the plastics. I have lots of unpainted warbands, so sourcing models and doing period miniatures isn't a big deal. And I have tons of friends who also love collecting old Citadel miniatures who are going to do it with me. So those are my arbitrary rules. We're going to play all the original missions. I'm going to play first with my friend Chase, who you've be seeing the first game with today. He's playing his Undead Warband. Again, all period models. Then with Jordan, who you've seen on the channel before playing Mordheim with me. He's an avid Mordheim collector and has a beautiful Marienburger warband. And by then I'll be on to my Skaven. And we're going to culminate this whole thing with everyone who comes in to play with me over the course of the year until October by doing an invitational for everyone that took part in it here at the studio. So I'll have I assume 8 players in and myself, and we'll run a little celebration in October, which was 25 years to the month of the original launch of Mordheim. This is a game that really, I don't know, it sets the tone for me for why I like a bunch of things that you guys see on this channel. I love Grimdark, media. I love films, TV, books, movies, games in this genre. Because this game is very unique, it's paradoxically a lot like books that you could never translate to film. This is paradoxically a game that you could never really bring back because the source material and the time it was made in are like unique to history. It's a game about the millennium that was made right at the millennium. And so even if you brought it back in some form today, it couldn't really be the same because you can't capture the way everybody felt about that sort of premillennial tension during that time. And 25 years later, I'm going to celebrate. I want to do it. So one of the other things I'm going to do is I'm going to make a video for October. And the goal will be that everyone who comes in to take part in this over the course of the next 6 months, I'm probably going to try and schedule 1 person per month. And that gives me time to paint warbands and stuff, will be interviewed for why this game has stuck out to them. Because obviously if they're coming in to play me, these are my friends who still play Mordheim 25 years later. What was it about that game that really captured? And I'll do that as well. And we'll just like a little retrospective, 9 people, all of whom stuck with a game that hasn't been supported in a quarter century, really, in at least 20 years in any meaningful way. I think Empire and Flames is the Fnatic year is the last real official support for Mordheim, and why it stuck around, because it's very unique. It's not like, it doesn't have that League DNA that something like Blood Bowl does. Blood Bowl very much was kept alive by its community. This was kept alive by its community almost entirely because of the feeling of playing Mordheim. And I find that fascinating and it's worth celebrating. So this is my gift to myself for 2024, Damned 25. There's gonna be lots of other stuff going on around it. Now, if you want to take part, one of the things I'd love to do is I'd love to see other celebrations of the 25th anniversary get organized. If anyone else out there wants to do something like I'm doing, get in touch with me either by email or by Facebook, and I will promote and talk about other areas you might be able to go to this thing, because obviously not everyone can travel here to take part in this. But I think it'd be really cool if other people got that sort of like term trending, Damn 25, and we made this a thing. And if there's others that are already planned, let me know. I searched the hashtag and I mean, I also made the hashtag, so I'm sure there's nothing using it yet, but I didn't come up with anything just yet. So if you're watching this, you know something else being organized for October of this year, let me know. And I would love to like cross promote just to fun. Let's just do it all one more time, you know, and celebrate. That's the point of doing this. Also, I'm looking to expand the table. One of the things that's really hard to find right now is complete sets of any of the cardstock terrain, and that's what I'm limiting myself to because I'm doing this because I'm a maniac and I want to make this work the way that's going to work. I'm looking for the cardstock Blood in the Streets box set, which was the expansion terrain, because I'm only going to play with either the hard form or cardstock terrain from the period. I'm not 3D printing anything. I'm not scratch building. That's not the point of doing this. Same with miniatures. No contemporary stuff, all classics, right? The whole point is to be able to show off and to do kind of like homage to what this would have looked like back then, like the version of Mordheim that your teenage self couldn't play. So I'm looking for that. I'm looking for Blood in the Streets. I'm also weirdly looking for the cardstock building that came in the 6th edition Warhammer Fantasy Battle starter set, which anyone might have lying around. And then I'm also looking for I have the hard foam. Chase is bringing it back because I gave it to him. I have the hard foam graveyard that I'm going to paint up for this. I'm looking for the tower. The Dwarf Brewery won't really work near with the Orc Hut. Oh, and the walls and barricades. There's a walls and barricades set too. Condition is obviously I'll do my best with whatever anyone has laying around to make work. But a lot like when I restored the Hero Quest set, we kind of did a bunch of heavy lifting as a community and like pulled together pieces to try and make it work. I'm sure everyone's bits box can figure this out and we can get like at least a 3x3 table of terrain going so I can do the next. Well, I've done 6 games. At time of recording, I have 3 filmed and uploaded, one of which you're seeing today, 3 scheduled to record. And then with 6 more warbands, that's going to be 18 more games, roughly 3 a month, hopefully. I'm going to post them as I record them in chunks to go through for you guys. So also email me if you're local and you want to get involved and come in and play some games. Tell me what warband you're going to do, and we'll figure it out. I'm going to let my patrons pick the order I do my warbands in after this, but I have miniatures for all of them. I'm not worried about the miniatures. Weirdly enough, I have unpainted models for every one of the original Mordheim warbands, just not the terrain because it was perishable. You know what I mean? It was card. And other than that, spread the word. Damn 25. I think it's gonna be fun. I love doing community sort of like oriented stuff like this. I'm also gonna think about how I can maybe do a fundraiser in the summer out of this as well. If other people get involved, it'd be cool to do like a group fundraiser to, you know, everyone picks a local charity maybe and raise some money for it. But this is my just for me project for the year. It's the 25th anniversary of Mordheim. It's a great game. Also, weirdly, I think my patrons have picked it for Grimdark Media for March, so we're probably going to get a Grimdark Media on it as well, which would be fun to do. And yeah, we're going to talk about what it meant to people 25 years later. I'm going to collect stories over the course of the year, play lots of games, and enjoy and celebrate it in a way that 19-year-old me basically wasn't able to. So look forward to the story of Mordheim, the future of Mordheim. Games on the channel obviously is pretty bright right now. And the most of the heavy lifting is done. We're just looking to I think just pace it because I won't do it all at once. But yeah, I make crazy plans for myself, and playing 3 games with every single warband from Mordheim over the course of the next 6 months might sound bananas, but I'm sure I can make this happen. So thanks for watching, guys. Check out the first game today. We up here in the cards, and you can watch me and Chase throw down my human mercenaries, my Middenheimers against his undead. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon for more Mordheim, and let's go Damn 25.
Hey there, thanks for tuning in and listening to me go on and on about one of my all-time favorite games, Mordheim. I'm excited for this project going all year long, and if you want to keep tabs on it, make sure you hit the notification button and, of course, subscribe to my channel. Have a great day.